event of the evening. It is still an opportunity for Lutter to make a statement. And there's even more pressure on Travis Lutter after what happened yesterday.
Silva! Head kick. Oh, God, Lehman's right. And Lehman goes down. The debut of Anderson Silva lasts less than 1 minute. This is a different kind of struggle.
Rich is rocked here. Rich is in trouble here.
Down goes Franklin. Anderson Silva is the new middleweight champion.
Na verdade, eu acho que tanto eu quanto
I didn't expect the fight to go that fast. I definitely believe that it was one of those fights like a chess game. Whoever would make the wrong move at the wrong time would lose.
Good Muay Thai clinch by Anderson Silva.
não tem como explicar.
I've been doing this for 15 years. Every day, 6 hours a day, we work on clinch and Muay Thai.
Of course, I don't want to end up in that Thai clinch. You know, that looks like a pretty bad place to be.
Travis, congratulations. You get a shot at Anderson Silva.
I'm going to try to take your head off.
And a big shot by Travis Lutter. One punch knockout.
I think I can put him on his butt.
He's got the clinch. He's got a hold of him. This is exactly what he wanted. He's got him down.
I think he's an amazing stand-up fighter. But if I put him on his butt, that doesn't do him a damn bit of good.
Primeiro trabalho.
First of all, he's going to have to get me to the ground. And once he gets me to the ground, we're going to see if he's going to be able to finish me.
The biggest mistake Anderson Silva could do against me is to take me lightly.
Eu acho que
I think
vocês
you can expect a good fight. Travis is a great competitor, very good at jiu-jitsu. I guess you'll be able to see his jiu-jitsu against my jiu-jitsu.
He knows that I'm dangerous and that I'm probably the best guy he's ever faced on the ground. And if I can take him there, then he's in trouble.
I think this fight's going to be a difficult fight for both of us, but I think it's more difficult for him.
It's just the clash of styles. Somebody is going to win. Either I'm going to take his arm home with me or a choke, or he's going to knock me out.
This is the time.
Tells me exactly how Travis Lutter feels right now, Randy.
Absolutely. The look on his face said it all right there. He's very disappointed that he's missing this opportunity. He absolutely has to win this fight to even get a title shot.
Well, you know, he looked so bad yesterday. I'm just glad to see him not looking like a chemo patient. You know, when he was on the scale for the second time, I watched both of his weigh-ins. And the second time, man, I mean, he was shuffling to the scale like a man, you know, minutes from death. He rehydrated since then. It looks like he put on at least 20 pounds. And I just don't know how you compete. I mean, Randy, what is the most amount that you've ever cut before a big fight?
18 pounds before, not before a fight, before a big wrestling match. I never made the mistake in a fight that Travis made here, and I don't know that I would ever want to feel that lack of energy. You just feel dead. You feel heavy. You got no zip in anything. And the last place I want to be is in a fight when you feel that way.
And it's also more dangerous in combat sports and in fighting sports because of the fact that your brain is not completely rehydrated.
It's very, very difficult for your body to rehydrate properly from that kind of a weight and water deficit. And that will most definitely affect Travis's performance here tonight.
Well, you know, that being said, if Travis can get Anderson on the ground, Travis does have a great style. He is a great jiu-jitsu guy. He's got an awesome top game, fantastic arm bars, and he's had some great success over guys with similar styles to Anderson Silva, including Anderson's former teammate Pele.
And if he does so, he can turn one of the worst days of his life into one that will easily be forgotten. mentally down or not, he's still about to step into the octagon with this man. Anderson the Spider Silva, the most dangerous striker in the UFC's middleweight division.
He's such a smooth character. I mean, such a beautiful technical striker, and such a relaxed guy. His whole approach to it. When I talked to Ed Source, the translator, the guy who's sinister, before this all started, when he first started fighting the UFC, he's coming to the octagon but the day of, and he's like videotaping things, jiggling, making jokes, making a little fake kung fu film on his videos. I mean, he's just a playful kid. He's the guy, he loves being with his family, loves playing with his kids. And look at his face. That's not a nervous guy on the way to his
Going to the park to push his kid on the swing right now. I mean, he's just very, very relaxed, very composed.
And that relaxed, composed attitude allows him to compete at 100% of his potential, which is a scary potential. I mean, he's got beautiful technical striking. His Muay Thai is just, you know, I mean, as good as we've ever seen in the octagon. Better than we've ever seen in the octagon.
His ground game is not bad either. He's very long. He uses his long legs and arms very well. He's got nice triangle chokes. I mean, he's very, very good on the ground.
He's a black belt. And he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu by the Nogueira brothers, which is, you know, no small task.
That being said, his grappling skills do though still pale in comparison to Travis Lutter.
Make no mistake about it. Time of defense or not, he's still got a fight on his hands tonight.
Absolutely.
And you know what? There's a big difference between your average Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a Travis Lutter. Travis Lutter is a world-class black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion.
Like Joe Silva said to me yesterday, he said, you know what, Mike? A lot of guys are professional basketball players, but very few are Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan-esque in his grappling skills is Travis Lutter.
No, he's not.
He's not that good?
No, he's not that good.
Oh, okay.
No.
Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, Marcelo Garcia is more like Michael Jordan.
Kobe Bryant, maybe?
No, he's not
Tim
that good
Duncan?
either. I don't know any other basketball players. I really don't. Larry Bird, is he still alive? There are a few. I mean, he's a very solid Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, world class, but not at the very top level.
At the end of the night, that belt, regardless of the outcome, will leave with Anderson Silva. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening, brought to you by Zenergy, the ultra premium energy drink powered by Zions. 31-year-old Brazilian Silva, 2 years younger than the kid from South Dakota. Now fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, the serial killer, Travis Lutter. For the official introductions of this, our main event of the evening, once again, we welcome in Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC bout is brought to you by Zenergy, the ultra premium drink powered by Zions, and Toyo Tires, the official tire of the UFC. Toyo Tires, driven to perform. And now, live from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, it's time for the main event of the evening. 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter who holds a professional record of 12 wins with 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 186.5 pounds. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, Travis the Serial Killer Lutter. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu fighter who holds a professional record of 17 wins with 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, the reigning UFC middleweight champion, Anderson the Spider Silva! When the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
Travis. All right, gentlemen, this is the main event. We've gone over your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. When I tell you to come out ready to fight. touch gloves.
Well, try not to read too much of the eyes of Travis Lutter.
He's sweating now.
Yeah, he is. Here we go. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. The round mound of rebound. Charles Barkley in the house tonight.
You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Let's do it.
And here we go. Our main event of the evening. Silva's going to try to light him up quickly and avoid being taken down by Travis Lutter.
I think you're going to see him use punches at first.
Will he avoid kicks early, Randy, for fear of the takedown?
He may. He's got such a good, quick, low kick that he may try it. And Travis has a little more of a wrestler stance. He's got a little more weight on that front foot than a traditional kickboxing stance, where he put about 60% of the weight on the back foot. So he may get away with some of those low kicks early. But looks to be feeling him out now and just kind of measuring him, trying to figure out the distance.
The Spider won the title by defeating Rich Franklin. He also was very, very impressive in his win in his UFC debut against Chris Lieben. Different type of fighter in Travis Lutter that Silva faces tonight.
Whoa, that didn't look good.
Very, very poor setup shot from the outside. Travis has got to at least engage in that middle range if he thinks he's going to make the transition against an athlete like Anderson Silva.
Well, knees are instinctive.
Randy, is that indicative of how weakened Travis is?
I'm not sure if it's the weakened state from cutting the weight and spending an extra 2 hours in the sauna yesterday and still not sweating off the 2 pounds that he was over. Or, you know, I can't imagine that his game plan was. I think he's surprised that Anderson's not coming after him more.
High kick by Silva. Silva's knees, as I started to say earlier, Joe and Randy, are very instinctive. So,
Flying knee.
Flying knee that time.
He took it. He's got him down. And he's on top.
So Lutter took one. And now Travis Lutter's going to work on top.
Did you script that? I mean, that couldn't have been any more perfect.
I wish I could take more credit for it.
You know what? And that is exactly what happened when he fought Anderson's former teammate in Pele. He took a big knee, got Pele down, passed his guard, mounted him, and took an arm. What Anderson likes to do from the bottom, he likes to do a body triangle from the bottom because he's got such long legs. He likes to control guys by doing that. There he goes.
There's the body triangle. He's got long legs. You're gonna find a lot of guys that can do this from the bottom.
Yeah, that's
very
crazy. Difficult. But it's hard, and it's really hard to breathe, especially if you're in a weakened state, like I'm sure Travis is in.
And that'll be something to keep an eye on too, Joe, to see how long his cardio lasts. If indeed it is effective, Randy.
That knee didn't miss by much. Travis, you know, a grazing shot, but boy, that was dang near right on the button.
Travis has got to be careful that they don't stand him up here. He's got to take advantage of this situation. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of quick stand-ups.
Can opener, trying to open that guard up. There's standing in the guard now.
He's got to pass. No! Oh!
Silva does a nice job of kicking it away.
Oh, that slow takedown. But he got
nice
slow
single.
and
he's able to take him down.
Low single, snatched that low single and followed through. Was not going to let him back out on range. Nice job by Travis Lutter right there.
I bet Travis Lutter right now is wishing that he had not had to cut this much weight. He was in better shape right now.
He had plenty of time to prepare for this. He knew he was at a title fight. I just don't understand how he let that happen. He's a very smart guy. Had a great time. He's got a great sense of humor during the course of the show.
And he worked hard, and they put up with a lot on that show, too, as you well know, Randy.
Oh, armbar. Go for it. Now Anderson kicks him off. He's got to stay on him. Travis is going to
up kicks.
Yeah, you got to watch the up kicks with the Spider and those long legs.
One thing about Travis, he takes a great shot. Yep. He's a tough guy. And then right back to that guard again, though. Anderson's doing a real good job of keeping him in the guard. 2 of the 4 losses in the career of Anderson Silva have been by submission. 11 of his 17 victories have been by knockout.
Let's work, come on.
Non-title fight tonight.
There's a climbing again. Travis countering.
Ooh, this is where it gets exciting.
1 minute remains in round 1. And remember, this fight is 3 5-minute rounds.
Lutter made an adjustment. He knew he was going to bring his legs in and try and kick him away, and he passed right at that moment.
Now, Anderson's got Lutter's right arm trapped in between his legs. Lutter's got to get his right arm out. He did it.
Trying to go out.
But he got stuck in half guard now. He's looking like he's going for a Kimura on that side.
Now he's mounted.
Oh,
he baited him. I think he baited him from that half guard.
Absolutely right. Punches.
Lutter looking to beat Anderson Silva. Lutter looking to finish Silva in the first round. And Silva reverses.
Lets him sweep
such a good fighter. I mean, his arm bars are usually so much cleaner than that.
Had him where he wanted it, mounted.
He certainly did. Everyone was on their feet.
Travis is going to make him stand up here. He's going to end of the round.
My goodness.
Very, very interesting first round. It's got to be confidence-inspiring in Travis Lutter, but at the same time, it's got to make him feel very disappointed that he lost that position from that sloppy armbar. Let's take a look at that again. Now here's Travis. This is the end. This is where he lost it. Travis is on top. He's landed some bombs here. I mean, he could have easily stopped Anderson Silva here. He's landed some punches. Anderson's stopping him with his hands a little bit, but some of them are getting through. Now here, he goes for this arm. Now that is sloppy. For a guy as good as Travis Lutter to get kicked off and bucked away like that is indicative of how weakened and what a weakened state he's in right now.
And when we talk about the weakened state physically, I've got to imagine mentally, as Mark Telegrati talks to Travis Lutter, he's all over the road right now.
Like I said in the open, there's nobody in this stadium more dejected and disappointed than Travis Lutter is to lose and lose the opportunity to win this belt.
Lutter still is a competitor.
Ready.
And a massively talented one at that.
Well, one thing about Lutter, he is a calm guy, and he's the type of guy that can handle this horrible situation of adversity.
Nice double leg, drives through.
Down again.
Butterfly guard, now full guard.
Main event here at UFC 67. Travis Lutter in the white trunks. Anderson Silva, the middleweight champion, in the black and yellow trunks. Tim Sylvia takes on Randy Couture. March 3rd. Yes, that's correct. Tim Sylvia, Randy in the Natural Couture at Nationwide Arena. UFC 68 available in high definition, available only on pay-per-view.
Nice up kick, triangle choke. Triangle choke.
Can he give Lutter? Looking to choke out Lutter.
This is crazy.
He's got it in nice and deep.
He does have it in nice and deep.
Has the legs all whipped around his opponent.
He's trying to push that elbow aside to get it even tighter. But that's a locked-in triangle. Travis Lutter has been here a million times. Notice how he's putting his hand on his ear. What that does is create a little bit of space between his shoulder and his neck and allows him to breathe. As long as
Keeps the blood pumping to his head.
Yes, as long as he keeps his hand on his head, he's going to be okay.
Silva going to pull down on the back of the head, looking for more leverage.
Travis has been in this situation so many times that he can just relax and stay calm, whereas a lot of people would get tapped here. Oh, that's so tight, though.
Silva looking to submit Travis Lutter here in round 2.
Set this up with a nice up kick. Travis had to come back down into and fell right into the triangle choke.
And Travis is going to try to pass to the left side. As soon as this gets light, as soon as it loosens up, he's going to try to move to Anderson Silva's right and pass to his left.
And it has loosened up, Joe.
A little bit, but it's still tucked under the knee. Watch him try to pass. See? He's going to
now he's going to tighten it again.
But this is straining Anderson Silva's legs. To squeeze down on a guy like that for all this time, they can go.
Watch the elbow.
There's the tap. There's the tap.
No.
Wait. It is all over.
Travis tapped.
Travis Lutter tapped, and Anderson Silva is victorious.
Wow.
He stayed in that tight triangle for a dang long time.
Like it was the elbows that made him tap. Yeah, that was it. It was the elbows. Submitted with strikes from the bottom. He couldn't get him with the triangle, finished him off with those elbows. Let's take a look at the end of the fight. He's got it locked in here. He's throwing some punches. Bang, it's the elbows. That's what forced the tap. It looked like he was almost ready to tap before that.
Now, what about those elbows? They look okay to you, Joe? I mean, the point of the elbow coming down on the top of the head.
Is that illegal?
Well, they are skipping off the side.
To the crowd it is, but Randy, I just pointed to you as we watched the replay. They came across. They were
arcing across his body.
What is the difference if it's a cross? I mean, it's the same weapon, right?
Yeah, but it's from the ceiling up and down that is illegal. And those are arcing parallel to the floor. I think they're okay.
Why is that illegal? If you're hitting it with the exact same object, does that make sense to you? Or is that just one of those
across, it skips off, coming straight up and down. It's pointed, it lands right on the top of the head. I really don't understand the difference, but yeah.
But it is the rule.
To answer your question, yes, it's one of those things.
If a Hall of Famer, two-time world champion doesn't understand it.
Anderson Silva. Well, we knew he was always going to remain
Ladies and
champion.
gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 11 seconds of the second round. Due to a tap out, due to a triangle choke, and the winner is Anderson the Spider Silva.
So the Spider leads no doubt here tonight. He defeats Travis Lutter. Here is Joe.
All right, I'm here with the champion, and still champion, even though this is a non-title event. First of all, I want to know how disappointed was Anderson that Travis didn't make the weight, and how satisfied is he that he won by submission?
Como você estava chateado que não valeu pro cinturão, mas como você está satisfeito finalizando ele?
Pra mim valeu, o cinturão tá aqui, ó. Quem quiser tomar, só vir, bater o pé e cair dentro.
Whatever he said, I'm sure it's good.
Yeah. Well, he basically said it to me. It was worth the belt. It didn't matter. And if you want the belt, here it is. Whoever.
All right, take a look at the Mickey's replay and talk us through the submission victory.
Fala para nós aqui, explica aqui a situação aí.
Travis é um excelente lutador, mas eu nunca costumo menosprezar nenhum atleta. Meu jiu-jitsu é tão bom quanto de qualquer lutador que tá aqui. Valeu, Minotauro! Valeu, Minotauro! Parabéns, nosso irmão!
Hey, he said, you know what? I'm a stand-up fighter, but my jiu-jitsu skills can match up with anyone in this weight class. Obviously, you can see by what I just did to Travis Lutter.
Well, congratulations to him. Unfortunately, we're sad that this wasn't a title bout, but he is still the champion, and we look forward to seeing him again. Anderson Silva, ladies and gentlemen.
Obrigado a todos mais uma vez por estarem aqui.
Wesley Snipes here.
Fazendo esse show cada vez melhor. Obrigado, valeu, galera. Muito obrigado.
He said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching this, making this show the best show in the world. And I want everybody to come join me at my after party at Body English.
Randy, I'll tell you what, Anderson Silva left no doubt that he does have ground skills. And I think more than anything else, that's one thing everybody kept saying. He's a black belt.